coming through. All that I heard that y'all was talking, it was comical. Pull up in your city for the evening, what you tryna do? Cause I'm open to it. I know that you missing, but you gon' get through it. I can help with it if you need that. Go and bring the beat back. I don't really listen to the feedback, nah. Told me that she good, she don't need Jack, nah. I'm real proud of the steps you took just to get to the place that you're at today. I couldn't tell you to you straight, I gotta estimate. I wonder if I ought to go here with the best to say. Now go ahead, get me out of here, I couldn't last today. I got the city talking about me like I passed away. Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chicks, you don't know.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Now Burrow on first down. Open man is Uzomah. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Complete to C.J. Uzomah.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
A gain of 13 yards.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And the Bengals
nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody come. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Bernard getting the handoff from Burrow. Yeah, they string that play out nicely. He stopped before he can turn upfield. No gain, second down. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Touchdown,
Joe Mixon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals.
makes the score Bengals 7, Washington nothing.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, and his first carry, he loses the football. And the Bengals grab it, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. A fumble lost last week, now a fumble lost this week. Is this just growing pains of a rookie?
It is growing pains, but they can't afford them. Not him nor his team. That means extra work during the week with his coaching staff and extra work on his head to make sure he doesn't lose his confidence. They like him. They want him to flourish.
Because you know he wants to avoid that label of being a fumble machine.
It is a label that is hard to shed, and that just means teams come after you even more, ripping and raking at the football when you're carrying it.
And now with the time of the play clock almost up, Ron Rivera is going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Following the turnover, it's Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a 1st down Washington on a pickup of 18. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They turn to Love on the handoff. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline as a play caller. You're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, it's Gibson. And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Lining up for the
earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
1st down, Bengals.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
He was taken down by
And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
a gain of 4.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
1-yard line.
Taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Burrow looking to pass. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He's got Green. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
These two teams all tied after one.
The score tied 7-7.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And some room to work. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big pickup of 38.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense overcommitting. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. This will be caught at about the 5. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now, there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Bengals 14, Washington 7.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Here's Antonio Gibson. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's Haskins, a quick throw out wide. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he takes this all the way inside the Cincy 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Haskins on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll hand it off. It's Love. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Sean Williams.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Got a man. It's Gibson complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And Washington has made this a one-score game. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Going to give it to Love. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
He finds his running back, Mixon. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
The ball carrier.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and they gave up the pick-6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Finding Green complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. So on fourth down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Steven Sims set to return it for Washington. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
26-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Haskins. And he'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Washington, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On 2nd down, it's Gibson. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Gibson, the ball carrier.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
3rd down, here's Haskins. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell.
Haskins pass.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A gain of
nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Second interception for him. Now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. The first down screen pass, good for 5. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Haskins. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Antonio Gibson, the intended target, but now it'll be third down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On third down, Gibson, and he's got room. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And that one will fall incomplete.
Haskins pass.
Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. That's going to set him back 5 yards. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Down Bengals.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Got a man open. It's Ross. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Burrow. Going deep downfield for Ross. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Troy Apke. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
For Cincinnati.
Bullock out now to kick this one away. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Going quickly here to Thomas. A gain of 6 there on first. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground,
Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot. In that time, he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Gain on the play.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Bengals.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
At the 34-yard
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
brought down.
They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
4 yards. 1st down, Cincinnati.
It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
And a good pickup there by Mixon, and that shows the talent that he has. Back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, 4th in the NFL in 2018, 9th last year. But I look for those numbers to jump back up again with the introduction of new talent in Cincinnati.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A draw play. Bernard. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
The ball on the 8. Still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7. A toss left. Mixon. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. And they'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21.
Ties the game at 21 apiece. Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This is Gibson. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Gibson on the return. Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down now, it's Gibson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
Atkins on the stop. A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 9.
To throw on 3rd down. Haskins. That one is slant to McLaurin. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A couple of second-year guys, Haskins to McLaurin for a Washington 1st down. On 1st down, here's Love. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
This is Love. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Jesse Bates.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
12 yards there and a 1st down.
Washington.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, Haskins. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Bengals drive about to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. Complete. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 14. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. On the return is Sims. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, Gibson. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Sean Williams with the tackle. He led the Bengals in that category last year.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Bengals' 47-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Haskins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Antonio Gibson, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. Hey, check right. Watch it.
To throw on 3rd down. Haskins. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 1st down, Washington. Haskins fighting McLaurin. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. His throw incomplete. Steven Sims, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Washington on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Haskins going to throw again. And he'll complete this to Gibson. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Field goal. A 46-yard attempt.
Badgley able to knock this one through, and it's 3-0 Washington. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Phillips on the return. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Burrow now, a big spot for the Heisman Trophy winner. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
First down. Here's Burrow. And that's complete. It's Green here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
It's a gain of 20.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
We'll take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Out of bounds at the 30.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, either
Gibson gets hit and he fumbles it. And the Bengals grab it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
2-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work.
From the gun, Haskins. That one caught by Gibson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissic. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
That's good.
Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, Haskins. He'll air this out deep for Harmon. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Hey, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
At the 22-yard line.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively.
1st down.
So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try to eat some clock with Mixon. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of
And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On 2nd down, Burrow. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a 1st down as he stopped at the 48. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll set them back 5. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
20-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down.
Incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Now it's Haskins. Got a man, it's Gibson complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
38-yard line.
Throwing now is Haskins. This is brought in by Gibson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
Second down at 6 now from the 42.
2nd and 6.
Back to throw. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
1st and 10.
Going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took it.